Okay, so I just got the new, or it's not new, it's new to me, Arduino compatible accelerometer and breakout, gyro breakout unit, and it looks kind of like this. I already soldered some wires onto it, and I wanted to hook it up to an Arduino and test it out. Should be very interesting. Anyway, have some fun experiments planned for that. So let's get started. Okay, so let's try to get this gyro thing working for the Arduino, and it's made by OSEP. And so I went to their website, osepp.com, and this is what came up. And then I went to electronic modules, sensor modules, clicked on that guy, and then I believe this is the one that I have here. It says accelerometer and gyro breakout balancing module. So I guess they use it for balancing robots. And it doesn't have the same part number because the part number I have on here is BAL01. This is BAL01. And it looks like the same thing. Looks like the same part. Has the same description. So they have some documents here. Here's a PDF of the schematics, and we also have a source code, which is what I was looking for. Oh yeah, I guess it does say BAL01, so it is exactly the same part number. So let's just download some of this stuff. Okay, well this looks like it's the same thing that's on the back of the box here, so I don't need to do that. Maybe same schematics. And let's see what the other guy is. Okay, it's a zip file that's been downloaded. Okay, so let's go, I guess, to our download files, and hopefully it's Arduino code that we can use. Extract here. Balance one example. Okay. I2C. Okay, so it looks like probably some source codes here. So it creates a file called BAL-01 examples. And I don't want to do Mac. MPU. Okay. Examples. Okay. So it looks like we got some. Okay, that's under processing. Well, I'll have to go through these and try to figure out if there's a good Arduino code that's in here. Looks like it might be compatible with other systems too or something. So anyway, this is what the folder looks like, and that's what the folder looks like, and I'll have to take a look at that, and then we'll try to get this gyro thing working. Have some neat experiments I want to try with that. Okay. Okay, so going through the directories, I think I found something that I was interested in trying. The INO files are the Arduino files, so it was under MPU 6050, examples, MPU 6050 raw, and here it is. It says MPU 6050 raw.ino, which is an Arduino sketch. I guess I should call it a sketch. And if I double click it, well, I already have the Arduino INO installed on my computer. So if I double click on it, it automatically brings it up. And here's the sketch, and it looks like it's exactly what I was looking for. Looks like I have to include some libraries though. There's an I2C.h file and MPU 6050.h file. And what this sketch does is it looks like it just reads the gyro and the tilt, or the accelerometer information through the serial, and then it prints it out. Normally I like it when the sketch is all in one spot, so it tells you what pins it's using, because it's, you know, when they're doing the reads and writes, it will reference certain pins, so I'll know how to plug this sensor here into I'm going to use an Arduino Uno probably, and just test it out. And so it looks like I'm going to have to go into these .h libraries possibly and try to figure out, unless there's a standard, maybe I'll look up to see if there's a standard where they use I2C on certain pins or something. But I'm not seeing. Okay, I'll have to see how to install these libraries then. Oh, it looks like it also wants a wire.h library. So it's got 3 libraries that have to be included. So let me look into that, and then I'll update this on how this is to be done. Okay? Should be interesting. Okay, so just wanted to test this out, and I was just checking it here, and it's complaining that I don't have all the libraries, which of course I know I didn't. So I copied those libraries into the same directory as, if you go into this folder, those 2 libraries that it's talking about up here, the I2C.h and the MPU 6050, are in different places in these folders, and you got to kind of look around. And I copied them into the same folder. I thought it might be able to find them, and it did not. Maybe I'll just load these up and take a look at these libraries and see what they look like. Okay. Here's the I2C library, and it looks like a sketch. And here's the MPU.h library. And they did say that these may require the wire library. They may or may not, so I'm not sure if the source does require that or not. Hopefully it doesn't, because I'm not sure where the wire library is. It was not in, the wire library was not included in here, so maybe it's something you have to download from Arduino or something. Okay, I've been trying for the life of me to get the offset example working, and it would not work. But I did find another example on the web, and I'll give you the address for that. But let's hook up the wires. We only use actually the first 4 wires, it looks like, to get this thing working. We have VCC, ground, SLC, which is a clock for I2C communication, and SDA is the data. So the VCC I'm hooking up to the 5 volts here. The ground, of course, goes to the ground. The SCL, the clock, goes to A5 up here. And the data line, SDA, goes to A4. Okay, so let's try this example, and I did get it working. Okay, anyway, so like I mentioned a second ago, I was not able to get the OpSep examples working. I think there's some kind of bug in it, or maybe I'm just not doing the libraries right. I tried for several days and couldn't get it to work. But I did find an example here, and I'll leave the link. It's howtomechanics.com, tutorial, Arduino and MPU 6050. So 6050 is the little device on basically the accelerometer that we're talking to, and it talks I2C. And we've configured our Arduino using these 4 wires to power it and talk I2C. And this example here shows you how to hook up the wires, and I basically copied and pasted this example here that they have into our IDE sketch, and this is what I called it. And
I checked it to see if it was valid, and of course it checks out valid. And of course you know how to download things to your Arduino. You get your normal USB. This is the Arduino Uno. You hook it up there, and I will re-download the sketch again. Okay, re-download the sketch, hitting the arrow key. Oh, I don't know, sometimes it's having some kind of error. Of course, yeah, you always want to make sure you're hooked up. It may not like that I unplugged it and replugged it. Anyway, I did load the sketch in here. So sometimes when you have to reset up the port properly. It looks like it's on the right port. We have the board is Uno, and the port, I'll switch it off and then switch it back, I guess. I don't know, it's behaving finicky now. Okay. Check it again. Okay. So that time, I don't know, it downloaded okay. So let's open up a monitor, serial monitor, so we can see what this thing is putting back. And I noticed, I saw this garbage at first, but then I realized if you look into the code, it sets the modem to 19200, and it's, so we want to set it at the right baud rate here. Okay, so when we do that, it's bringing across a bunch of numbers, and let's take a look at the sensor. I'm just going to tilt this thing back and forth. So we got this guy here. As I tilt it, you can see that the first, I'm tilting it on this axis, the angle's changing from minus to plus, so it looks like our accelerometer is working. And it's harder to read the other ones because they're not staying stationary, but okay, so this is not testing the gyros, I think it's just the accelerometer, so I'm going to have to look into how to do the gyros. So I got some interesting experiments I'd like to try. So anyway, there we go, the 4 wires hooked up to our device, and very interesting, huh? Let me oh, I had some paper here so you can see things better. Why does everything disappear on me? Here we go. There's a prettier background there. Okay, so there's our Arduino accelerometer, and hooked up to our Arduino Uno. Okay, so very interesting little project. Okay, and we'll be doing some more fun stuff with this soon, hopefully. Okay, anyway, this is Dr. Janes, and thanks for watching.